Hi everyone, welcome to another lecture on HTML CSS. In this lecture I'm going to talk to you about forms and how to create a simple form either for a login or for registration. So as you know, when you come to a website or a platform, you might have to log in or you might have to register, just as you do in Facebook, for example, or Twitter, or any of those famous websites. So here is a simple form that you have. This would be for a sign up or registration, where you have first name and then you have an input. Then you have last name, your email, re-enter email and your password, and then you have several options that you can choose, the birthday, all this. So I'm going to show you how to create a very simple rudimentary form that you can use for your platform or for your website to register users. Now, forms works by getting the data that you type on the form, and then it's sent to the server, and then it will be processed and analyzed by the server, and it'll return either errors or okay, you can go in, your password is correct, so everything's okay. But to do all that, we need to learn PHP, which is a programming language. We will learn later on in this course how to create all those functionalities with PHP. Okay? But for now, we will focus on creating just the form on the page. Okay? You'll not send any data from the user that he types on the form to a server and then analyze. We will not be able to do that without PHP. So let's just focus on creating the form itself. So let's go to Notepad++, and inside the container, let's type a new div with the class equals. Let's type here field container. Let's close it, and then we're going to type label. Close this. Let's type first name colon and close the tag label. Now the label tag, we didn't see it yet. The label tag is often used to identify elements inside a form. Okay, so we are identifying the text first name with label, and now we're going to type the input for first name. So let's type input type equals, let's type text, and now we can type div, the closing div. Okay, now let me just grab all this, save this, copy, let's paste here, but instead of first name, let's change this to last name. And now down here we can do the same, and let's say address, and down here we can type, for example, password, and save this. Okay, obviously we are still missing one thing, which is the form tag. Okay, and here we type form. Now let me save this, and let's go to style.css, and now let's style this with container, and then let's grab the label. Let's give some properties to the label. The first property would be a width, and let's give a width of 150 pixels. And then we're going to float, which means grab all the elements and put it to the left. And you'll see how this will affect all the label elements on the form. So the form can be very, very presentable. But you can play with these values and change these values if you want, with more width or less width, so you can see the effect that will have on the style of the form. Okay, this would be just right for what we want right now. So here we have the form ready, and now we are still missing something. We are still missing here a button, so we can submit the information that we type on the form. So to create a button on a form, it's very, very simple. We can type again div class field container, and here we will not need this here, and here instead of text we type submit. We can also type a value and type submit. Okay, let us run this, and there it is. Okay, we have a button saying submit. Let's put this button a little bit more centralized. So let's give a class here of button. Let's go to style.css. Let's type container and then button, which is the class. So we have to put a dot, and here we can type margin left. Let's type here 80 pixels. Okay, if you go back here and refresh, there it is, a little bit more center. Let's center a little bit more, 120 pixels maybe. Yeah, there it is. Okay, let's give it a little bit space here as well. You can type here br. Say this. Let's go back, refresh. Okay, there it is. Okay, we have our form ready to submit with the button. Here we can type Victor, last name Bastos, okay, address, whatever, and then password. Now, as you can see, the password, usually we have dots and not able to type with letters or characters. We see dots like this. To do it, let's go back to the code, and in here where you see password, let's type, instead of text we type password. Okay, now if you go back and try to refresh and try to type something in the password, you'll see that we have the dots. Okay, this is how we do it. There's also a limit you can put to the characters you can type in each input, and to do that we use the max length property. Max length equal to the number of characters you want to be the limit. So let's type here, for example, 15. Let's save this. Let's go back here, refresh, and let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we cannot, if you try to type anything else, you will be stuck on the number 15. Okay, we'll not be able to type any more than this. Okay, so this is how you can put a size limit to each input of characters, and that's basically it. I'm sorry I've missed here a D on the address, so let me just put here D, save this, perfect, and everything is okay now. So refresh, and there it is. Okay, if you want to check out more advanced styling templates with CSS, you can check out several cool websites where you have templates for forms. Just type here templates for forms, and it's up to you to start searching for that. Okay, have a lot of websites that will provide you with templates with all the XHTML and the CSS code, and you just grab it and implement it on your website. Okay, one of my favorite websites is JotForm here, where you have all type of templates that you can use for several different forms. Okay, so that's it. On the PHP chapter, you will learn how to grab all the information that a user types on the inputs and sends to a server so it can be analyzed and return errors or OKs. So that's all for now, and see you in the next lecture. Bye.